latest episode with Tamsin. We were talking last time about the Eye Sanctuary and how you give away 10% of your profits to the charity, but you've actually done some work with them. You've referenced some workshops. So tell us what you did when you were out in Mumbai. How did the workshops work?
When I met them, and I was first introduced to the girls, they were making, and do still predominantly make, fashion jewellery based around wire work, twisting and bead stringing, which is very, very beautiful work, but they didn't know about how to form metal. So when I was there, I set up an actual proper workshop for them. We had jewellery benches made, I installed polishing machines, polishing motors, health and safety procedures, which is unheard of in India completely. Yeah. That baffled them a lot. And I ended up teaching them how to make things like this, which is purchasable through the Eye Sanctuary website. And this is one of the designs that I actually did for them after I'd left India, but they now manufacture in the workshop. What was
the help and done so? What's the process? What are we looking at here? How does this? What is the life of this? How does it start?
Well, what you're looking at here is completely freeform and hand cut. This is brass. You start with a flat sheet, so you're talking a sheet about yay big, that has to be completely hand cut because they don't have any of the big metal cutting machines. Yeah. So you're talking a girl at a bench with a saw. This was hand drawn by myself before they started doing the designs. Yeah. That is then photocopied and stuck on. All the line work is traced on, every single detail of it. Then each gap is pierced, which is drilled. Yeah. Hand cut. Then the piece is formed around a mould, and each one of these stages involves heating and cooling and heating and cooling and cleaning as you go. The inside, obviously, you can't really polish that, so before you're even forming it, it has to be polished on a great big polishing machine, and that's a 3-stage process, possibly 4. Then it's formed into the bracelet shape around a mould with a hammer, and then polished a final time to end up with this. Wow. It's quite a long process, and they didn't know any of these skills before I arrived. And actually teaching some of these girls how to make this stuff, in this country, you'd think, okay, so work out the circumference of something, whatever it may be, and you expect someone to go away and work it out. But we're talking about girls who didn't necessarily have any education under them at all. So it was a complete kind of can of worms, really, for all the different skills that you needed to bring into it. Yeah, it was a learning experience for me. Wow. I hadn't actually taught anyone before, so I discovered that I can teach, which was nice. And these girls were amazing because they were learning these skills in a second language. My Hindi is not good enough to teach technical, like mathematical equations and whatnot. So the girls were learning how to do all of this in a second language, from scratch, materials and machinery and tools they had never seen before in their lives. And it's India, so they were all in traditional clothes, which is quite floaty and not safe. So part of the battle was my battle to understand where these girls were coming from, and it's incredibly important to be sensitive to that, because obviously my experience is vastly different to theirs, and I was stepping into their world. Yeah. So yeah, teaching basic maths. The market came in handy. Teaching analogies with how many potatoes it takes to work out the circumference of a ring. That works. That really works. But we ended up with them being able to do this on their own. Excellent. And it's been going well so far? It's going really well. These are still being manufactured. They are doing some of their own designs now as well. Oh, great. And the original class that I taught are going into the rescue homes around Mumbai, teaching more and more girls. So more and more girls can learn how to do this. So they can make the beaded jewellery and earn up to a certain level, but when they start to make this stuff, they can then earn more. So the expertise and wealth of experience is starting to spread out? It is starting to spread out. Great stuff. So what we're going to look at next is loads of the different stuff that you've got from your range as well, and you and Si are going to look at some of the really ornate detail that's behind it as well. But what a fantastic story. So again, we've included some links as well, so you can look at these products and buy some stuff or make donations if you want to as well.
Thanks, Tamsin.
Thank you.